What if the thing you fear most is already living inside you? Welcome to this explainer. Close your eyes for just a second. Imagine an expanse of absolute pitch-black darkness. It's a void where only the deepest, most primal shadows exist. This right here, this is the birthplace of our deepest fears. It's those hidden, terrifying corners of the human psyche that we almost never dare to explore. Well, today, we are taking an ultra-cinematic journey straight into that abyss. So let's dive into this, because what we're about to uncover is an epic battle that has literally been raging since the dawn of time. And the craziest part, it is happening right now inside your own mind.
Part 1. The Fear Inside You. I want you to truly, deeply consider that opening question. What if the absolute worst monster you are running from isn't actually out there in the world? What if the thing you fear most is already living inside you? Just think about it. It's breathing when you breathe, feeding when you feed. It's just sitting there, growing stronger and stronger in the shadows of your own mind. To figure this out, we're doing something really unique today. We're merging the ancient, unfathomable depths of Hindu mythology directly with the cold, hard, clinical reality of modern neuroscience. We are going to reveal the true nature of this battlefield inside the human psyche. We're going to confront a demon that literally feeds on endless desires. But more importantly, we're going to awaken the ancient, dormant power that you actually need to destroy it.
Part 2. Bhima. Supreme Divine Strength.
So, to face this darkness, we have to first understand the light that can actually conquer it. I want you to imagine a presence so massive, so towering and covered in ash that the universe itself literally trembles before it. In ancient texts, this fierce warrior manifestation of Lord Shiva is known as Bhima. Now, the name translates to someone to be scared of. But listen, this isn't some malicious, evil terror. Not at all. Bhima represents Akasha, the expansive essence of space itself. He is the ultimate cosmic power. He's the supreme protective strength designed specifically to destroy ignorance. He basically represents that fully awakened consciousness that gives us the sheer, undeniable inner courage needed to conquer our deepest, darkest fears.
Just picture this unfathomable divine power. Shiva, adorned with the crescent moon, which signifies absolute total control over time and the restless mind. He is the ultimate destroyer of illusion and ego. Really ground yourself in this concept, because this sacred ancient root of supreme strength is exactly what we're going to need to call upon when we come face to face with the entity born of absolute darkness.
Part 3. The Blind Demon Andhakasura.
All right, so from the blinding light of divine consciousness, we now have to descend into the terrifying depths of the void. Because as you know, where there is supreme power, an equally terrifying darkness can emerge to challenge it. The ancient myth tells us that when goddess Parvati playfully covered Shiva's eyes, the entire universe was instantly plunged into a deadly, suffocating darkness. And from the heat of Shiva's power, combined with Parvati's sweat, a blind, deformed demon named Andhakasura was born. Driven completely mad by the mockery of others, this demon endured an unthinkable 10,000 years of agonizing penance. We're talking standing on one leg, offering his own flesh to a roaring fire. His sheer willpower forced Lord Brahma to grant him incredible boons, near immortality, physical beauty, and restored eyesight. But here's the catch. Andhaka was still completely blinded. Not physically anymore, no. He was blinded by unchecked pride, lust, and an incredibly arrogant ego.
Blinded by all this newfound power, Andhakasura actually dared to challenge Shiva to claim the goddess Parvati, and what follows is a cosmic battle of staggering, IMAX-level apocalyptic proportions. As the battle rages on, Andhaka uses a truly terrifying illusionary power. Get this. Every single time a drop of the demon's blood spills and hits the ground, it magically spawns 1,000 new, deformed demons. He just endlessly replicates himself. The battlefield gets completely overrun. The war seems utterly, hopelessly unwinnable.
But here's the thing, you cannot outlast the creator of time. In a climax of just majestic intensity, Lord Shiva unleashes his wrathful form. He pierces Andhakasura's withering body with his cosmic trident, the Trishula, and violently hoists him high into the sky. He suspends the demon right there, caught between heaven and earth, bleeding out, drying in the scorching sun, drenched by the rain. The demon is paralyzed. He can't touch the ground to multiply. And only then, completely stripped of all his power, does his ego finally break. Divine wisdom shatters his ignorance once and for all.
Part 4. Psychology of the Darkness.
Now that is a breathtaking ancient epic. But what if I told you this wasn't just a myth? What if this is actually an incredibly precise clinical diagnosis of the human mind? You see, Andhakasura perfectly represents the ahankara, which is the ego. Just as Andhaka was physically blind in the beginning, the ego suffers from a deep spiritual blindness. It completely lacks insight and wisdom. And those endless blood clones, the ones that kept multiplying, they perfectly mirror our endless psychological desires. You feed one desire, a drop of blood falls, and boom, 1,000 new, hungry desires immediately take its place.
The ahamkara binds us to our physical and emotional illusions. It goads our minds, pushing down memories that cause pain and compulsively chasing situations that bring us fleeting, temporary pleasure. It creates this completely false sense of self. It's constantly seeking validation in the material world, absolutely terrified by its own mortality. And this psychological blindness, it prevents us from seeing reality. It locks us into a state of constant anxiety and effectively blocks any real chance we have at inner peace.
Part 5. The Modern Dopamine Demon.
But here is where it gets really chilling. This demon hasn't just stayed safely tucked away in the realm of ancient philosophy. Oh no. It has evolved. It has adapted. And right now, it is literally living right inside your pocket. The ancient myth of those endless blood clones perfectly and terrifyingly mirrors our modern, dopamine-addicted digital lives. We are all caught in a dopamine economy, fueled by algorithmic manipulation. Every single notification you get, every like, every endless scroll, that is a drop of Andhakasura's blood hitting the earth. And with every single drop, the mesolimbic reward pathway in your brain is hijacked, instantly demanding more. You're fighting an army of clones that you are actively helping to create.
Just look at the devastating real-world effects of this digital overstimulation. The modern demon army consists of constant anxiety, severe emotional instability, and a terrifying drop in our ability to focus. I mean, the average attention span is now documented at just 8.25 seconds. That is literally shorter than a goldfish. And functional MRI studies have actually shown that social media use activates the exact same brain regions as drugs like cocaine. The neural signatures of digital highs and substance highs are virtually identical. We are chemically desensitizing our own brains. Let that sink in.
And this isn't just theory. It's backed by hard data. Get this, 63% of adults report feeling anxious when separated from their phones. That is nearly 2/3 of the adult population experiencing literal withdrawal symptoms. This is not just a bad habit anymore, guys. It is a deep, psychological dependency on a modern-day Andhakasura that we carry with us everywhere we go.
And honestly, the toll on the next generation is even heavier. 52% of youth now struggle to stay motivated without constant digital input. Over half. When your dopamine levels are kept artificially high for so long, your natural satisfaction levels just completely crash. Boredom, emotional fatigue, and a severe drain on your real-world drive are the direct results. The demon is actively feeding on the motivation of an entire generation. Part 6. Conquering your inner self. But hey, remember how the ancient story ends. The demon does not win. The darkness absolutely can be shattered. We just need to awaken the inner Bhima to conquer our own minds. Defeating this modern demon requires harnessing our innate tapas, our inner fire, to burn away these detrimental attachments. Practically speaking, this means rebalancing the brain. It means intentional dopamine fasting to reset your brain's reward baseline. It requires mindful practices to release dopamine steadily, physical exercise to naturally boost those endorphins, and prioritizing meaningful, face-to-face human connection. True happiness isn't found in chasing constant highs. It's about retraining your mind for depth and presence. In the myth, Shiva uses his third eye to perceive the ultimate truth beyond all the illusion. For us, embracing this inner vision means finally letting go of the false ego. It means recognizing that our digital addictions and our desperate need for constant validation are entirely impermanent. Much like Shiva's Tandava, the cosmic dance of destruction, we have to realize that sometimes our most comforting habits must be destroyed to make way for profound personal transformation. When we finally strip it all away and face ourselves, it can be absolutely terrifying. In the ancient texts, Shiva, as by Rava, represents this exact moment, a roar that signals the death of death. It brings an initial spiritual awakening that literally makes us cry out in a healthy fear. It's this visceral realization of the delusion we've been living in. This is the moment the trident pierces the ego. And yeah, it is painful, for sure, but it completely shatters the cycle of self-sabotage. It is the destruction of ignorance that finally sets you free. And that brings us to the ultimate realization of this whole journey. Once you face the darkness inside, once you impale your own ego and master your endless desires, the external world completely loses its power over you. So I want to leave you with this final, powerful truth. He who knows Bhima fears no enemy because he has already conquered himself.